Welcome to Prince Maths Clinic, the e-learning solution at your pace and time. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening from wherever you are joining this class. You are welcome once again to Prince Maths Clinic. And today we have this very interesting exponential equation to solve. And we are asked to find the value for x that will make this equation balance. That is what we have on the left hand side to be equal to 0 that we have on the right hand side. So let's go right into the solution. Now we are given that e to the power of 2x plus 3e to the power of x minus 28 equals to 0. So how do we go about this? This is as good as a quadratic equation. So we can solve it the way we solve quadratic equation by opening two brackets equated to 0. Then I'm going to put e to the power of x in both of them, e to the power of x. Then what are the two values that if I multiply them I will get negative 28, and if I add them I'm going to get 3? What are those two values that when I add them I'm going to get, when I multiply them I'm going to get minus 28, and when I add them I'm going to get 3? Those values are simply plus 7 and minus 4, such that if I say 7, positive 7 times minus 4, I will get minus 28. And if I say 7 minus 4, I will get 3. Those are the two values that will be equal to 0. So if any of these two products, right, or the product of these two gives us 0, therefore we can say that e to the power of x plus 7 is either 0 or e to the power of x minus 4 equals to 0. So from here, we can say e to the power of x is equal to negative 7. Then, as well, e to the power of x here is equal to negative 4. Then, take the natural log of both sides. And natural log, which we call ln x, is the same thing as log in base e. So I prefer to use log in base e, such that if I say log 4 to base e equals to that. So therefore from here, there's a rule that says that if I have a log that is carrying a power, the power multiplies that log. So this becomes c log b base a. So therefore, this becomes x log e base e equals to log minus 7 base e, and this becomes x log e base e equals to log 4 base e. And from this part, if I can divide by log e base e, if I divide both sides by log e base e, I'm going to obtain my result. Then log minus 7 over log e base e equals to x. Unfortunately, this is invalid because we cannot obtain the natural log of a negative number. So the other portion is what? X is equals to what? Log 4 base e over log e base e. And we know that when a number and a log are the same, it gives us 1. So my denominator gives us 1. Then my numerator will give us a certain number. So checking that out using our calculator, checking the natural log of 4, that is ln 4, we are going to obtain 1.3862. So this is now 1.3862 which we can approximate to be 1.4. So the value that fits in x is 1.4. We can always test to see if we are correct. We can always test. When you put in the value for x here and multiply by 2 and do every other necessary thing, you should obtain a number that is approximately 0. Another approach to this particular question is this. What you are going to use is to rearrange this to call it e to the power of x squared plus 3e to the power of x minus 28 gives us 0. Now, I am going to put a value, let us say p, to be equal to e to the power of x. Now, since e is equal to e to the power of x, it definitely means that this is p and this is squared plus 3, then this is already p by virtue of this equation, then minus 28 equals to 0. So we have gotten a quadratic equation in terms of p. So open our two brackets as usual, equal to 0, put a p here, put a p here. Two numbers that will multiply to get minus 28 and will give us positive 3 are simply what? Plus 7 and minus 4. Therefore, you can say that our p plus 7 is equals to 0, or our p minus 4 equals to 0. And from here, p is either minus 7 or 4. Now that we have obtained the value for p to be that minus 7 or 4, we will now come back to this portion to replace the value for p. Now, if p is minus 7, we are going to say it's either minus 7 is equals to e to the power of x, or 4 is equals to e to the power of x. Therefore, if we take the natural log of both sides, which is log e base e, I will now say log minus 7 in base e is equals to log e to the power of x in base e, or of course we know that this portion will be invalid because of the natural log in the negative is invalid, right? So we can as well note that this is what? Invalid. For this is invalid. Then let's focus on this. Or now log 4 base e is equals to log e to the power of x base e. So using the laws of logarithm, if you bring this to this side, you have x log e to base e equals to log of 4 in base e. Then if I divide both sides by log e to base e, and here log e to base e. Now when the base and the number are the same, it turns to 1. Therefore, this entirely cancels this. Then this turns to 1, and you have log 4 in base e equal to 1. And we have obtained in our previous method that log 4 to base e is 1.38. So this value is approximately 1.4. So that is the solution to this particular question. And I hope the solution was helpful. Kindly click on the bell so that you can get more videos as we upload them on this channel. Bye for now.